Motorcycle Rosso.
AMC, Association Motorcycle, a company that includes many companies inside at the end of a British motorcycle industry. Otherwise, it's a very old brand that we call it AGS. And what about this bike? This is a bike from AGS that is 5 Kangen cubics and is very common, very common, with much less G80. And the point is that this bike is starting before the World War II at 1939 as a matchless 3G and was outside in production till 1966. This one is made at 1952. And the first thing that you can understand very easy that it's a piece of beauty. It's one of the most beautiful bikes that I have ever seen, and for sure, for my eyes, is the most beautiful bike in my city, that is Chania in Creta. And why is that? You will ask me, it's a common bike, it's a version of matchless. Yes, it is, but the owner have made all these details so beautiful, so interesting. Even the cover here in the clutch, you can see, even the small details here that make this bike perfect in my eyes. So today I proudly present you a perfect looking motorcycle. Just follow me now to understand. By the right side is the gearbox. The first gear is up and 3 more down. By the left hand I need a little bit, but let's put the first now and start. We are going. Yes. Okay, we start now the second gear, okay, and now from my left hand I have a lever that I control also the advance with the gas. So you can hear it a little bit that change. You can hear it, yes, that's it. Okay, the bike is typical single, it changes easily, direction, it's got nice cornering, it's a typical British lovely bike, yes, and comfortable one. Position of riding, perfect. I feel very comfortable. The saddle is very good, the position for my legs and the anchors are perfect, and the bar is super for me. Of course, to ride this motorcycle in our days is a little bit difficult. Wasn't so difficult in the 50s, for example, or in the 60s, but for today is a little bit difficult. Why? Because first of all you will see that the gearbox, the gear lever is from here, and the first gear is not down, it's up, okay? and we got 1 gear up and 3 more down. Of course we got kickstarter, common, and the brake is by the other side. Also, for the kickstarter, I have here a decompression lever, so I can find the dead point of the valves and then I can kick it somewhere here, okay? By the other side, I have the manual avance, so that means that the time that I ride the motorcycle, as I open the gas, I have to open also the manual avance. So the bike is functionally perfect. All those things today with our days motorcycle looks little bit amazing, but that's it. Think that this is a typical motorcycle for tone-up boys in Ace Cafe, rockers. So with motorcycles like this, there was race in London to be a tone-up boys. That means that with this motorcycle they make rounds with a speed of 100 miles. This motorcycle, 100 miles. Just put it on your mind. Now, of course, we are so tough as the tone-up boys. That's why we put our girlfriends here. Georgia, please come. And to understand how good we are, we got the steppers here. We got the steppers. So Georgia must be sit in this saddle.
This is not a saddle.
Doesn't matter.
You put...
Sit. I am a hard guy. I'm a tone-up boy. We are going to Ace Cafe to hear some jukebox. How you feel, Georgia? Nice.
I like a luggage.
Nice. So, as you easily understand, the position of riding is excellent for the rider and for the second rider.
If there was a saddle.
Yeah. This motorcycle looks like a Japanese motorcycle, but is not, because the truth is that the old Japanese motorcycle copy the British. So the Japanese motorcycle looks like a British motorcycle. What we got? We got a single 4-stroke engine with 498 cubics that give us 28 horses at 5,600 RPM. That it's a lot for 1950s. So, what about in this bike, in this engine, we got 4 chains. The point is that we have 3 from this side. The one is that is moving from the engine to the gearbox. The second is here that gives from the engine to the dyno, and the third one is from here that gives with a chain back to the wheel. What about this engine? Air-cooled, tough engine, typical British, with a nice sound and powerful enough. But if you want it functional, you have to take care about the details, because the British motorcycle is on the detail. This is the meaning of the British motorcycle, the detail. "28 horses are not many, but with this fork you can support more horses than this. Also we got 2 adjusters back and we got 2 drum brakes, a single drum brakes, good enough, big enough for the season, not for today, for the season. We got light, of course, that is not so powerful, but wasn't powerful for the season. And anyway, what we see here is the same that we see by the side. It's a beautiful motorcycle. Beautiful motorcycle with nice details, as we say, by the owner, but also by the factory. This Smith clock that is a piece of beauty, stabilizer here, this racing tank cover, and all those things that you can see. This motorcycle, the tail of the exhaust is so beautiful. I love the British motorcycles. I like all this design, and especially I like this because, as I said before, by the owner is even more beautiful as normal is. Georgia, please come. I don't know, Georgia, how do it this filming today with the opposite gearbox and the Kickstarter. What are you thinking about it, Georgia?
I think that
you are tone up girl today.
I'm not tone up girl. I just visited Ace Cafe and I loved it. And I wanted to see a motorcycle like this to see how it was in Ace Cafe with English motorcycles. They are wonderful motorcycles, but yet they are peculiar. You know, you have to get used to them. But if you do, they are wonderful and they look fantastic.
English cafe, English motorcycle, English t-shirt, band, and Greek guy. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Georgia and Ioannis for Kokina Fεγγάρια Motorcycle Rock Show. Thanks for watching us. Περπάτησα τα πόβρα εδώ να φάω 2 σουβλάκια και βρήκαμε στο δρόμο μου 5-6 πουλάκια. Τα κοίταξα με χάρη και ευθύς τους έδειξα ένα χοντρό καλαμάρι που έτρωγα στην ταβέρνα. Αυτά σημασία δεν μου δώσαναν, το άφησαν να φύγει. Και εγώ στεναχωρέθηκα και πήρα το AGS και έφυγα. Θα το πάρω μπροστά αντρικά, χωρίς αποσυμπιεστή. Αντρικά, χωρίς αποσυμπιεστή. This is a man world! Αβάν. This is a man world! Έλα, τελείωνε το βίντεο πια.
Kokina Fεγγάρια Motorcycle Rock Show.
The tank is in perfect condition.